the Marching Illini, the 2003 Marching Illini in their show this year, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And speaking of the Marching Illini, we have the director of the band here with us right now, Mr. Barry Hauser. Welcome.
Hey, how we doing, guys?
We're doing great.
Good.
Thanks
Great
so
to
much
see you.
for being here.
Oh, thank you for being here. This is awesome.
Here,
For
be on
hosting this
camera.
great event.
Oh, move up a little bit. Well, we want the
You
camera to
got-
continue
you
to
got
work.
Out there in internet land. That's it. That's right. This microphone's hot.
Hey, all right.
It's awesome to have you up here in the booth, which you know very well how great it sounds
Yeah.
in books here. It's a great experience for us. We're on hallowed ground historically, but the bands also are doing a great job. The small bands were able to balance here in the stadium, and the large bands are really starting to get the crowd to rise up.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to cause trouble here.
Yeah, I know.
It's awesome, and the Highland Band was very powerful, and several bands have done that. So, how long have you been the boss here?
Well, I don't know if I've arrived at being the boss here or not, but in terms of my current role, this is my third year here at Illinois. Grad of the university as well, and taught at Eastern Illinois University before that for about 3 years, and then taught in the public schools down in Florida and Indiana before that for about 8 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
There's something about that gives you the feel for what kind of day they're having down here and what an experience it is.
Absolutely. I think, we've all been through those situations to where whatever the scenario may be of what can we do to make this better, or really look at it as these are our customers and what can we do to make sure that they're going to have a great experience here. The venue takes care of a lot of that.
It does.
Because it's just a fantastic site, and we're very thankful to athletics for that. But, some of the extra things on top of it, just making sure our directors are taken care of, and got a great hospitality suite for them
awesome.
that they can watch the other bands, and just taking care of the students as well. So not that we have it down to a complete science yet, but every year we feel like we're making improvements and just tweaking little things to get it to a point that hopefully a lot of people are happy with it.
That's great. We've had some of the guest high school directors come up and talk about the freshmen coming out of the tunnel and seeing the press box for the first time.
Yeah.
That's his favorite part of the day.
Yeah,
It's what their
yeah.
faces look like. He said, I tell them, but when they walk through the tunnel, it's a whole different thing. It's probably like that for the people who finally get into the Marching Illini after looking at it. They've been at this championship, watching that band, and then they're in the band. I've had many people tell me they're excited about today as they were suiting up here, getting ready to go warm up. It's exciting.
We're going to listen to the marching band now, but we sure are looking forward to hearing the Marching Illini here in a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please come back and visit
definitely.
during 4A.
I
right?
will.
Yeah.
I will indeed. Well, thank you,
We'll
gents.
We'll have you
Appreciate
back
it.
a little bit later and talk a little bit more about the program.
Sounds
here in
good.
Illinois. Awesome.
Great.
Thanks, Barry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
But in the meantime, because we have the director of the Marching Illini with us, Mr. Barry Hauser, we're going to talk music at the University
push on
of
in.
Illinois.
All right.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. You guys doing all right?
Oh, we're
Hanging in
the
there?
greatest time.
We haven't run out of things to
great
say.
place.
Hey, good.
And it's been just great to listen here. It's been great to watch shows from here.
We want to say congratulations. We got to hear the band at 2:20 at the end of the
Thank you.
3 a.m. That's just fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. We're working hard on it and having a good time along the way. So
That's cool. And a couple of things happened when we started the second part of our day with 4As. Things got a lot bigger.
yeah.
And it just boomed out there.
It's amazing the second half, how, there's a lot of great things in that first half, but that second half, it's a whole nother contest.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of astonishing things, like all of a sudden a small band walks out on the field, quite smaller than everybody else, and puts this stunning baseball show on the field.
Yeah.
And it's like when small bands get creative like that, the flexibility of the band really shown. I mean, it's really an awesome thing.
Absolutely.
To see. And then next thing you know, power's coming at you.
Yeah.
It's like what a thing band day is. You get up there, you sit down, you get entertained in these wild. It's like you're channel surfing. Because the subject changes so much. We've been
every 14 minutes.
We've been in rock and roll today and Broadway and these fantasy productions. It's almost like you're in a video game for a couple of minutes,
Absolutely.
a couple times. It's just been awesome.
So we've had a lot of great viewers all day from all over the place, and but we know lots of high school band kids watching today on banddirector.com. So this is your chance. Tell us about band programs at University of Illinois.
Yeah, well, it's really a fantastic place. First of all, the history. This is where bands began.
Yeah,
First college
that's right.
program in the country.
Wow.
First director of bands started off A.A. Harding. was the first named one back in 1905 as the assistant, and then 1907 as the director of bands, and just a fantastic history here at the University of Illinois. And I think the part that we really just celebrate is, certainly the past and where we've come from, but we continue to try and innovate and stay with the times while holding on to the history here as well. So all kinds of wonderful ensembles to participate and play in. And I think, the one thing that we share with a lot of our students throughout Illinois and even beyond, and I want to bring that up because this is the first year, specifically with Marching Illini, that we have more than just Illinois represented. And part of that, we've moved to an online audition process to where people can do video submissions, and that's something that we haven't done in the past. So we have right now probably about 18 different states represented, and may not be a big deal for a lot of other universities out there, but University of Illinois, being the flagship institution of Illinois, has always attracted Illinois students. So it's really fantastic to see some of these students coming through. One of our baritone players that played in our halftime show, he's from California, Wataru, and
it was news.
So it's pretty cool to get those different dynamics and so forth. But we've got the athletic bands with the Marching Illini. We've got 4 basketball bands, 2 volleyball bands. So you've got that side of things, which is under the umbrella of Illinois bands. We're all under one roof there. And then we've got the 6 concert bands here at the University of Illinois as well. The British Brass Band should be coming back into the mix here in the spring semester. We've got a summer band program that's offered every single summer. Pretty large.
Is that for high school kids?
That's high school students can take a look at that. Community members, and of course our own students when they're taking summer courses, so they are able to get their ensemble credit during the summer terms here.
Oh, that's unusual.
And one of the great things, like many universities throughout the country, it's open to non-majors as well. Of course, we want to see our music majors in the mix, but we love to see we've got a strong connection with the engineering school. So it's great to see those engineers and all those other different academic majors as well participating in band and ensembles just in the School of Music.
Wow, that's great. So do you have a lot of folks from the marching band that then sort of split into those other athletic bands after the marching band's over?
We do. Right now, volleyball band is a little bit separate because it runs pretty simultaneous. So that's a separate. All of these are academic classes as well. So it's not just a club or something. So they get academic credit for volleyball band, for basketball band. So volleyball band's a little more separate. Basketball band, we have probably a bigger mix of Marching Illini and then non-Marching Illini students in that mix.
I see. And one of the things they can do is get to go to the games. It's hard to get in. I mean, that gains them admission getting into the band. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So like, sorry to interrupt.
No.
So just for high school kids in terms of the band opportunities. So if they're looking to participate in an athletic scenario, there's loads of opportunities.
Tons of opportunities.
But University of Illinois is big, and the School of Music's very big. But I don't know any school of music in the country that supplies 6 bands where they're all major bands. So there must be opportunities to play in a sit-down band here at the University of Illinois.
There are
concert bands.
Yes,
right?
yes. And the way kind of how our system works here, the Marching Illini is an audition group that we start in January, and that runs until May. So unfortunately, because how our budget is structured, we can't take everyone. So it's not just, anybody who's interested, join. We've got set numbers here, and we keep that about 360. So this year we had about 100 students on a waiting list. And most of them were really great players. It's just we only have so many spots. Right. So we really encourage them to participate in the concert bands. And just to continue to work on their musicianship, and that serves as a great avenue and venue to work on their musicianship skills, and then encourage them to audition in the spring. And generally speaking, the ones that really participate in that, we usually see them in one of the athletic bands. And the other thing, those in Marching Illini, as their freshman year, they have to be in a concert band their spring semester. Otherwise, they have to re-audition, so there's always that possibility of you could lose your spot. So it works for us.
But that keeps them in shape during
it does.
And do those concert bands all concert types?
Yeah.
In other words, there's an outcome. That's a lot of concerts
it's
in the spring.
It's a whole lot of concerts, yes. So, our university and campus bands, they usually present 2 concerts a semester. Harding and Hinesley, they present 2 concerts as well. And then Wind Symphony and Wind Orchestra, they do 3.
Wow.
Each.
Busy. What a busy place.
Yeah.
That's it. So
Always something band going on.
Yeah, it's that people often look at band programs and then into the football season. They go, "Wow, that's really great. You can back it up now."
Right.
And it's just ramping
Right.
up for
Yeah.
everything else, for you. It's
It
so
really
busy.
is.
And in the summertime, you stay generally in this area doing marching work, right?
Yeah,
Marching
yeah.
training, and that's amazing to me.
Yeah, we do a lot of work, and we've done some great things with banddirector.com this past summer. Smith Walbridge Clinics, director of that camp. So we do some things with director workshops. We've got our percussion camp, guard camp, drum major camp, section leader
people,
camp,
a lot of leadership.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You've impacted probably a lot of the programs that we're seeing.
Yeah.
Because of the Smith Walbridge, which is awesome. So you have your own feeder system. You get to know everybody. You got a bridge to all these young musicians. It's fantastic.
We're trying to work that system
That's
that
really
way.
something,
So
yeah. That's something.
That's great. Well, thanks for hosting us here. It's really fun for us to be able to be here to connect. We've heard today. We've been getting texts, both of us.
Yeah.
And Twitter feed and Facebook feed.
All day.
From people,
That's
parents
great.
and aunts and uncles and stuff from all the bands sort of coming in. So it's great that you welcome banddirector.com to be here so that we can do this for all the people that are interested in young musicians from Illinois.
absolutely. Well, we're so appreciative you guys are here, and you guys just make this a ton of fun, and obviously appreciative to Dave Knox as well and all the work that he does with things. So thank you tremendously.
Oh.
Yeah, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Well, this is awesome to do it. We've been we tell everybody over and over again, it's 9:18. Tune back in at 9:18 for the Marching Illini show. So we're gonna
Well,
we're
thanks.
gonna get round two.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward.
And
to
round two will be a little bit different because we're going to do a little bit of a highlight on our drum line. They'll start things off with their cadence series, so a little different.
musical
aspect.
surprise is in the offing here.
Yeah,
If you
so if
saw
you're
the
tuned
show-
in, you know that's coming up.
That's it. That's right. So if you saw the show at 2:20, that means you have to come back at 9:20
Absolutely.
to see the drum.
Just a little bit of different.
It's like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For everything that you're doing for bands in Illinois.
No,
Especially
thanks.
here at the University of Illinois. It's great. It's fun for us because we're both, he went to the University of Miami.
Yes.
His college band director was Fred Fennell.
Yeah.
I went to Northwestern. Sorry, it's another big
No, it's all right. It's
My band
okay.
director was John Painter, but
Yeah.
there's all those guys are all
Oh.
from this this generation of great
They're
band
absolute
icons.
legends in the
And
profession.
Harry Beejan was,
Yes.
and Mark Heisley and Jim Keane, of course. These are members of that. They're held in such high regard in the band world that I was playing with the Vandercook College band at the Midwest Clinic, so Charlie McGeeney's band, and I was out for dinner during the rehearsal, and I was with George Parks.
Okay.
God
Yeah.
rest his soul.
Ah,
right?
yeah.
And we were having a blast at Rana, Japan, and we were having a lot of adult beverages, milk and things
yeah,
like
absolutely.
that.
Some
And,
cookies.
and so I was deep into my several glasses of milk, and George was like, "Hey, don't you have a rehearsal tonight?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" So I grabbed a cab, I ran all the way back to the Hilton, and I run in breathless, and of course I'm smelling a little bit of milk.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
And I sit down to play my solo with the Vandercook College Band, and Charlie looks at me and he smiles and he goes, "Where were you?" And I was like, "I was with George Parks," and he grins and he laughs, and I look up above my stand, and sitting there enjoying the rehearsal is Harry Beejan. And I'm like, "Oh no, my grandfather just showed up and he's going to yell at me for being late."
Yes.
So I was like, oh no. Anyway, he was great. He was awesome. But that's where we are.
Yeah.
We're at that place for banding. So if you're tuning in and you're just learning about what's happening here at the University of Illinois, and you're a student and you're thinking about your future in music or not in music, you want to be at the University of Illinois and you want to participate in music, all of those opportunities are available to you, and all this information is on the website, right?
On the website. Absolutely.
www.bands.illinois.edu.
You got it, man. You're good.
Yes. All right.
And
So
if I can,
Please.
the one thing, of course, we would love to see everybody here at Illinois. I know you guys feel the same way. I think the biggest thing, we just want to see high school musicians to continue their love and passion for music, whether they're going to go study engineering, chemistry, whatever.
No, it's
just
great to
continue
belong.
to play.
It's great to be on a team like that.
And that's not to say we don't want to see you here, because we'd love to see you here at Illinois. But
For sure.
definitely just continue to play your instrument. It's that lifelong passion that you can really do for the rest of your life.
And
Yeah, those opportunities are available, and I think that's one of those messages that I know I didn't hear often enough when I was in high
Right.
school, which is like, hey, you can do this
Yeah.
for forever.
Yep.
And you don't have to be the professionals to do it. You can participate in music always.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's the message of today. And yeah, thank you so much for spending all this time with us.
Oh,
and,
gosh, yeah.
I want to remind viewers again, 9:20 tonight.
Yep.
Drumline special.
Drumline special.
From the Marching
And then a
Illini.
nice reprise of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah,
So,
it was
Yeah.
spectacular.
It was powerful.
Well, thank
Sounded
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Barry,
And
thanks
can't
so much.
wait
for
to
being
hear
Thank
it.
you
here.
both very
Yeah,
much.
You bet. We're gonna take a little break before we hear Batavia Marching Bulldogs from Batavia, Illinois, doing their show called Capture the Light. This was Barry Hauser, director of the Marching Illini, St. Pilafian Pat Sheridan.
This is
Thanks for
awesome.
tuning in.
Thank
Thank
you
you very much,
Thanks.
Barry.
Appreciate it
Yeah, man.
very
Thank
much.
you
Talk to you
so
soon.
much.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, come on down. Come on down. We got another interview.